Good evening and welcome to News Tonight on Rajya Sabha television. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with you, and in the next 30 minutes I'll be taking you through the day's biggest news stories from India and across the world, starting with the headlines. Boost for domestic nuclear industry. Union Cabinet approves the 10 pressurized heavy water reactors. Decision to help generate revenues worth 70,000 crore rupees and add 7,000 megawatt capacity. Pakistani army continues ceasefire violations along the line of control for the fourth day in a row. Incident comes ahead of a security review by Defence Minister Arun Jaitley and Army Chief General Bipin Rawat. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar supports the cause of tribals in Jharkhand, says government is depriving community of their rights by trying to change agricultural land use rules. And fresh revelations spell more trouble for Donald Trump. Reports allege that the US president pressurized FBI to end an investigation into his former aide. Our top story this evening, the Union Cabinet today approved building 10 units of indigenous pressurized heavy water reactors. It also gave a go-ahead to a new coal allocation policy, Shakti, and a biopharma mission for the production of indigenous vaccines. Here are all the details.
In a big boost to the domestic nuclear industry, the Union Cabinet approved building 10 pressurized heavy water reactors that will generate revenue worth 70,000 crore for the domestic industry and add 7,000 megawatt capacity.
It's a first of its kind project in India, and it will give domestic manufacturing orders to domestic industry of nearly 70,000 crore rupees, जिससे भारत की खुद की क्षमता परमाणु ऊर्जा के क्षेत्र में और बढ़ेगी और सक्षम होगी, और हाई एंड टेक्नोलॉजीज में भी भारत का स्थान विश्व में पहचाना जाएगा.
The cabinet also approved the biopharma mission to produce indigenous and affordable vaccines.
बायोफार्मास्यूटिकल्स में भारत का एक वास्तव में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पे बहुत बड़ा स्थान है. इसमें डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी ने एकेडेमिया और इंडस्ट्री दोनों की पार्टनरशिप में इस मिशन को प्रमोट करने का निर्णय लिया है, और इस कोलैबोरेशन से हम समझते हैं कि अप्लाइड रिसर्च जो बायोफार्मास्यूटिकल में नए शोध हो रहे हैं उसको एप्लीकेशन में कन्वर्ट करने में बहुत तेज गति से लगभग 1500 करोड़ रुपए की लागत से 1500 करोड़ रुपए इन्वेस्टमेंट 50% भारत सरकार और 50% वर्ल्ड बैंक इसमें कंट्रीब्यूट करेगी.
Cabinet also gave its nod to a restructuring plan for the Hindustan Organic Chemicals Limited, an amendment in the Public Premises Eviction of Unauthorized Occupants Act 1971, third Indian Agriculture Research Institute to be set up in Assam, and a pan-India implementation of maternity benefit program. A new coal allocation policy, Shakti, was also approved at the cabinet meeting on Wednesday. Vishal Dahiya, Rajya Sabha TV.
And now an update on the entire controversy surrounding the electronic voting machines. Now, a parliamentary committee today summoned senior officials of the Election Commission to discuss issues related to the reliability of electronic voting machines. The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Personnel, Public Grievances, Law and Justice, headed by Congress leader Anand Sharma, is slated to meet on Friday over the issue of electoral reforms. Now, the panel has summoned senior EC officials, including a Deputy Election Commissioner and a Principal Secretary and Secretary from Legislative Department to Law Ministry, to appear before it. The EC officials are expected to brief the members about the EVMs and their reliability. The Election Commission has already thrown a challenge to all the political parties to prove that EVMs used in the recent assembly polls were tampered with. This was after several opposition parties questioned their reliability and demanded going back to the paper ballot system. The planned challenge could take place later this month. Big story coming in from Jharkhand. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar extended support to the campaign against the Jharkhand government's decision to amend tenancy laws. Now, addressing the mega tribal rally in Ranchi on Wednesday, Nitish Kumar alleged that the Jharkhand government was favouring the corporates at the cost of native tribals there.
Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar on Wednesday came out in support of the tribals in their unrest in Jharkhand. The tribals are protesting against the state BJP government's amendments in the Chota Nagpur Tenancy Act and the Santhal Parganas Tenancy Act. Reacting on the issue, Nitish Kumar accused the government of depriving the tribals of their rights. He said that by making a non-tribal as the Jharkhand Chief Minister, the BJP had broken a long-standing tradition while sending out a message that it had no faith in tribals.
यहाँ के आदिवासी, यहाँ के मूलवासी, इसकी पहचान है। मुझे तो आश्चर्य हुआ जब पहली बार झारखंड में गैर आदिवासी को मुख्यमंत्री बनाया गया। यहाँ के झारखंड का जो गठन हुआ था, उसकी मूल भावना क्या था? तो इसलिए हमने इनसे कहा कि अरे भाई गैर आदिवासी को ही मुख्यमंत्री बनना था, तो फिर बिहार से अलग होने की क्या जरूरत?
The tribal community is demanding a rollback of the government decision, claiming that it will adversely affect the already marginalized tribal population.
और जो इन दोनों कानून उल्टे सीधे हुआ है, इसको ठीक करना है, जाकि आदिवासियों को जमीन बचा सके और उनका अस्तित्व इस झारखंड में रहे। इसीलिए हमारा मांग है, हमारा नारा है, सरकार गिराओ और झारखंड को बचाओ।
हम यहाँ इसलिए आए हैं कि सरकार हमारे जमीन को कब्जा करना चाहती है, इसलिए हम उसको बचाने के लिए आए हैं।
While tribals fear that their land will be taken away for setting up industries, the BJP government has repeatedly said that the land will be acquired only for developmental projects, schools, hospitals and roads. The ruling party also slammed the Bihar Chief Minister for allegedly trying to mislead the tribals for political dividends.
So Nitish Kumar participating in a rally which has been backed by some vested interests who indulge in religion changing tactics by Bihar is not accepting students from Jharkhand based on their domicile policy. But we have not done that. So how come Nitish Kumar is coming and playing politics here when he himself refusing the locals of Jharkhand from going and taking part in and taking a fair shot at the jobs in Bihar?
The Raghubar Das-led government had brought an ordinance to change the two acts to allow the use of agricultural land for non-agricultural purposes. Jharkhand Governor Draupadi Murmu sent the ordinance to President Pranab Mukherjee, who sought a suggestion from the centre.
The protesters allege that the government is trying to roll out red carpet for business lobbies and corporates at the cost of tribal displacement. Meanwhile, the government maintains that those opposing these amendments are the enemies of tribals because they do not want them to grow and prosper. Amid these allegations and counter-allegations, the agitation against the proposed changes is only intensifying. Reporting from Ranchi with camera person Shiv Kumar, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
And the other big story of the day, the Pakistani army continued its ceasefire violations along the line of control after it resorted to heavy shelling in Jammu and Kashmir's Balakot sector today. Security forces, meanwhile, conducted another cordon and search operation in South Kashmir's Shopian district. Now, these incidents come ahead of a review of the security situation in the state by Defence Minister Arun Jaitley and Army Chief General Bipin Rawat. Pakistani forces on Wednesday resorted to heavy shelling in Balakot sector in the Rajouri district of Jammu and Kashmir. Indian troops retaliated to what was the fourth ceasefire violation in as many days. No casualties were reported in the incident. On Tuesday night, Pakistani troops had targeted areas in adjoining Naushera sector. Nearly 1,700 people have been evacuated from LOC areas and shifted to relief camps over the past 1 week.
6 बजे कल पाकिस्तान ने अचानक फायर शुरू किया था और हमारे सिविलियन इलाके को टारगेट किया है उसने। तो फॉर्चुनेटली इसमें कोई हमारा लॉस तो नहीं हुआ, लेकिन फिर भी हम अलर्ट हैं बिल्कुल। एम्बुलेंसेज, हमारी बीपी गाड़ियां और बसेस वगैरह लोगों को शिफ्ट करने के लिए रेडी रही। फिर भी रात को हम लोगों को निकाल नहीं पाए क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा शेलिंग थी। कुछ शेल्स हैं जो ब्लाइंड हैं, जिनको डिफ्यूज़ करवाना है, उसके लिए हमने आर्मी को इन्फॉर्म कर दिया है। बिल्कुल आर्मी की टीम्स आ रही हैं और जो शेल ब्लाइंड हैं उनको हम जल्दी से डिफ्यूज़ करेंगे।
Meanwhile, security forces conducted another search operation in South Kashmir's Shopian district following information about the presence of militants there. The operation was hampered by local residents who pelted stones at them. The army called off the operation after failing to locate any militants or their hideouts. A similar operation was carried out in Shopian district 2 weeks ago. Defence Minister Arun Jaitley and Army Chief General Bipin Rawat are expected to review the security situation of the state. The Kashmir Valley has been witnessing a spurt in militant attacks in the last couple of months. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. News from Chhattisgarh. In a major police operation, 20 Naxals were killed in a Bijapur district of the state. The operation, involving over 350 security personnel, took place between 13th and 15th of May. The police operation comes 3 weeks after 25 men of the Central Reserve Police Force or the CRPF were killed in a deadly attack by Naxals in Chhattisgarh Sukma area. One police personnel was killed and 2 others were injured in the encounter.
जो विशेष चीज़ नई बात देखने में आई कि अमूमन माओवादी जो हैं वो काले कपड़े पहनते थे। पहली बार हमने देखा कि कोबरा की ड्रेस में, जो हमारा कोबरा का यूनिफॉर्म है, उसमें उनके माओवादी जो कोबरा के यूनिफॉर्म पहने हुए थे। इस ऑपरेशन में हमारे 2 जवान छत्तीसगढ़ पुलिस के डीआरजी के घायल हुए और 1 जवान हमारा वो शहीद हुए।
Moving on in the bulletin, the Supreme Court on Wednesday asked the Muslim bodies if women had the option of saying no to triple talaq in nikahnama. Remember, today was the 5th day of the hearing on a number of pleas challenging the triple talaq matter.
On day 5th of the triple talaq hearing, the All India Muslim Personal Law Board told the Supreme Court that marriage in the Muslim community is a contract and women can put special emphasis on certain clauses in the nikahnama. The board further added that Muslim women can also ask for high meher amounts in case of talaq. The board's response came after the top court asked whether a woman can be given an option of saying no to triple talaq at the time of the Islamic marriage contract.
अगर वो कोई रिलीजन का भी पार्ट है तो सिर्फ वो पार्ट प्रोटेक्टेड है जो इसेंशियल पार्ट ऑफ रिलीजन है, और क्योंकि सब कोई मान के चल रहे हैं बहस में कि तलाक़े बिद्दत ऑप्शनल है, इसलिए उसके ऊपर कोई भी लेजिटिमेसी इसेंशियल प्रैक्टिसेस की नहीं हो सकती.
The apex court also wanted to know if it is possible that all qazis be asked to include this condition at the time of the nikah. The board also showed the court a resolution passed on April 14, 2017, stating triple talaq as a sin and that the community should boycott the person doing such an act.
हमें अभी भी उम्मीद है कि कोई बहुत ही सार्थक चीज निकलेगी, जो कुरीतियां हैं, जो अंधविश्वास है, वो उससे कहीं न कहीं समाज को उबारने में मददगार हो.
Point is that the Supreme Court is there to see that the constitutional guarantee of equality to the sexes is implemented in our country, and so we hope that in its wisdom the Supreme Court will ensure that Muslim women also do not have to face this problem of unilateral talaq, and that they are given equality in marriage, property rights.
On Tuesday, the AIM-PLB had equated triple talaq with the belief that Lord Rama was born in Ayodhya. It also asked the apex court not to decide or interfere in one's faith and belief. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Let's now switch gears and talk about a health issue. While people awaiting dengue vaccination need to wait a little more time as trial tests are still pending. Now, this was revealed by All India Institute of Medical Sciences on the occasion of National Dengue Day on Tuesday. At the awareness camp organized by the nation's largest health institution, the doctors urged people to fight the disease by taking suitable precautionary measures.
Dengue fever is an infectious disease that has been reported from several parts of the country. Doctors at AIIMS organized a National Dengue Day campaign to spread awareness about the disease and ways to fight it.
What is the aim of the vaccine? To prevent disease, not to happen you. So, but here, despite the vaccine, you will suffer from dengue, but you will not go to severe stage. So that is called you're decreasing the severity by this vaccine.
That vaccine is yet to be approved. It will have to undergo several clinical trials before it is made available for general use.
The question is, Sanofi Pasha did not go for the clinical trial third stage 3. So that is the reason Government of India is not giving permission, because to launch a vaccine you need to have a trial, vaccine trial and any other trial 3 for launching it.
Doctors are also of the opinion that fogging is not an effective means to curb the menace of mosquitoes. On the other hand, the National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program has said that the government has launched an app to spread awareness about the disease.
फॉगिंग के लिए मतलब फॉगिंग तब होता है जब काफ़ी बड़े लार्ज एरिया में डेंगू केसेस हो रहे हैं। उस समय हमें इमीडिएटली जो भी इन्फेक्टेड मस्कीटो है उसको इमीडिएटली ख़त्म करना होता है, जिसको नॉकडाउन करना करते हैं। उसी के लिए उस समय सिर्फ मतलब फॉगिंग के लिए बोला जाता है। पिछले साल वर्ल्ड हेल्थ डे में हमारे माननीय स्वास्थ्य मंत्री जी ने एक मोबाइल ऐप लॉन्च किया था, दैट इज़ इंडिया फाइट्स डेंगू। ये आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, खुद भी डाउनलोड कीजिए, औरों को भी बताइए।
Through the program, doctors have tried to educate those who believe dengue is a fatal disease. The stress of the awareness program was on informing people that by staying alert, one can fight the disease. Kundan Srivastav's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And what else is happening across the nation? Let's find out in Nationwide. The Trinamool Congress swept the municipal elections in West Bengal, capturing 4 of the 7 civic bodies. The Gorkha Janmukti Morcha and the BJP combined won the remaining 3 municipal bodies. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee thanked people for reposing a faith in her party and asserted that her party will work sincerely for their development. And earlier, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee met Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal to discuss the upcoming presidential election. On Tuesday, remember, she had met Congress President Sonia Gandhi and had conveyed that her party was in favour of a consensus candidate for the presidential poll. A cyclonic storm accompanied by rain left a trail of destruction in Arunachal Pradesh, killing 1 person while rendering 100 people homeless and damaging houses. Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu has ordered release of working funds to the affected areas to carry out relief and restoration work. The Delhi court today framed charges against AAP MLA Somdat in the writing case during campaigning for the 2015 Assembly elections. Metropolitan Magistrate Ruby Neeraj Kumar framed charges against Dutt that included writing and wrongful restraint. In News Tonight, a time for a very short break. Up next, we have all the international and sports news. Stay tuned.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Welcome back after the break. On to the top international news. It is trouble for Donald Trump because reports allege that the US president pressurized the FBI to end an investigation into his former aide Michael Flynn. Now, the revelations came to light from former FBI chief James Comey's private notes, which he wrote recounting the conversation that he had with Donald Trump. The development triggered immediate claims from Democrats that Trump was guilty of obstructing justice. Days after the sudden sacking of FBI Chief James Comey that led the opposition to question the real motive behind it, there is fresh trouble for the Trump administration. US media has reported that President Donald Trump had asked Comey, while he was the FBI head, to drop an inquiry into links between his ex-national security advisor Michael Flynn and Russia. Trump allegedly told Comey during a meeting in the White House that Flynn was a good guy and that I hope you can let this go. The information came to light in notes that were written by Comey soon after the meeting. The alleged meeting between Trump and Comey came just a day after Flynn resigned. Flynn was shunted out after he failed to tell the truth about his contacts with the Russian ambassador to the United States. The opposition says the disclosures provide the clearest sign yet that Trump tried to pressure the FBI and the Justice Department over the Russia investigation.
True, this is yet another disturbing allegation that the president may have engaged in some interference or obstruction of the investigation. I think we know enough now, there's been enough alleged publicly to want to bring the director back to testify, ideally in open session, either before our committee or the Judiciary Committee, but he should come back to the Congress and share what he knows in terms of the president's conversations with him on any of the Russia investigation.
The development comes a week after Trump fired Comey, a move that led Democrats to suggest that the president was trying to thwart the FBI investigation into Russia's alleged interference in the U.S. election. The fresh expose has given them new fodder.
I was shaken by the report in the New York Times that alleged that the president tried to shut down an active FBI investigation into a close political associate. And we are only one day removed from stunning allegations that the president may have divulged classified information to a known adversary. Concerns about our national security, the rule of law, the independence of our nation's highest law enforcement agencies are mounting.
The revelation comes just a day after a media report that says the president disclosed highly classified information to Russian diplomats during a private meeting last week at the White House. The recent developments are leading to an increasing disquiet among the Republicans as well over the number of missteps already taken by Trump. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. Big story coming in from Afghanistan, where at least 6 people were killed after several gunmen stormed the national television and media radio station in the Afghan city of Jalalabad. A report said that at least 3 attackers stormed the TV station compound, and 2 of them detonated their explosives at the start of the siege, while a third one engaged the security forces in a heavy gun battle before being killed after several hours. 2 civilians and a police officer died in the attack. At least 16 other people, including journalists, were also wounded. The Islamic State militant group claimed responsibility for the attack. Remember, the Islamic State's Afghanistan branch was formed 2 years ago by the former Taliban defectors. Now, it captured territory in the province and launched other attacks, but it has also come under pressure from the Afghan army, the NATO forces and the Taliban recently. More news from across the world. Here is Global Buzz. 26-year-old Indian-American man Ram Kumar has been reported missing from Boston since last week. His vehicle was located on Saturday morning at a street near the Charles River in Boston. Police have appealed to the people to come forward and share any information. South Korean President Moon Jae-in says that there is a high possibility of conflict with North Korea, which is pressing ahead with nuclear and missile programs. He also said that North Korea may have nuclear and missile capabilities. The comment comes in the wake of South Korea trying to reopen a channel of a dialogue with Pyongyang. Supporters of a jailed Christian sect leader broke prison and freed their leader Nizemi and about 50 others in Congo on Wednesday. The Bundu Dia Congo movement is campaigning to restore a monarchy in parts of Congo, Congo-Brazzaville, Angola and Gabon. Thousands of Greeks marched through central Athens on Wednesday to protest against new austerity reforms that the government is readying to pass through parliament. The nationwide strike was called by the main public and private sector unions a day before the parliament votes new austerity reforms. Let's get you some sports news now. Well, the Women's Tennis Association on Wednesday criticized the French Open organizers for denying Sharapova a wild card entry into the French Open tournament. 3-time champion Maria Sharapova retired from an Italy Open game on Tuesday. Now, Sharapova, who was playing her 3rd tournament after a 15-month doping ban, was leading 2-1 against Croatia's Mirjana Lucic-Baroni. The French Tennis Association chose not to hand Sharapova a wild card, saying that it was doing so to protect the sport's standards. Now, currently ranked 211, five-time Grand Slam champion Sharapova has won the wildcard for the tournament twice in the past. Remember, the French Open begins from 28th of May. Let's get you some more sporting action in Sports Beats. India will tour West Indies for a 5-match ODI series and a T20 match in June and July. The 5 ODIs will be played from 23rd of June to 6th of July, while the T20 match will be played at the Sabha Park on the 9th of July. This will be the 4th bilateral series between the two sides since 2013. World number 1 Andy Murray crashed out of the Italy Open after losing to Italian Fabio Fognini in the second round. The British player was outplayed by the 29th ranked Fognini 6-2, 6-4. The loss continues Murray's poor form ahead of the French Open. Now, this was his 5th defeat in the last 10 matches. However, it was a good day for Novak Djokovic as he made it through to the 3rd round of the Italy Open after defeating Alex Bedenin 7-6, 6-2. The Serb, who has never failed to reach the last 8 in Rome, dominated the tie-break to win the tight first set, but he eased through the second set. Djokovic will next face the winner of the game between Pablo Carreño Busta and Roberto Bautista. 2 second-half goals from star forward Alexis Sanchez helped Arsenal secure a 2-0 Premier League win over Sunderland. Arsenal created numerous chances throughout the game, but initially struggled to find a way past impressive Sunderland goalkeeper Jordan Pickford. That's all in this edition of News Tonight. Thanks for watching. Good night.